Hello, I'm Sharon Madsen, the Communications Coordinator for the City of Cottage Grove. Joining me today for Council Update is Councilmember Justin Olsen. Today we're going to talk about the presentations at the February 3rd Council meeting.
We certainly are, Sharon. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. We had some really neat things that went on at that council meeting. We had an opportunity to introduce a couple new police officers, which is always a lot of fun. And this time we had Officer Adrienne Lammers, who joined the department, and Officer Edward Weber.
Yes.
Many folks out in the community probably know Ed because he grew up here in Cottage Grove, went to Park High School. After he graduated from Park, he went into the Marine Corps, where I believe he was a rifleman. And then when he came back, he became a community service officer for the city of Cottage Grove and ultimately became a member of our police department. So really great to have Ed on the police force. And of course, I mentioned Officer Lammers earlier. That name might ring a bell because we've had a Lammers on the force for a long time. Officer Gina Lammers actually retired from the force last year. Gina has been a police officer in the city of Cottage Grove for a long time, and Adrienne is actually her niece. So Adrienne is joining our department after growing up in the community of Rogers, Minnesota. She went to Osseo High School and she participated in a number of different law enforcement related sorts of activities. She was an explorer, and all of that really makes sense because her dad, Andrew, is also a police officer. He's a canine handler in the city of New Hope.
Keeping it in the family.
Yes, we're very excited to have both Officer Lammers and Officer Weber join the department. That puts us at 41 sworn officers right now. The city of Cottage Grove is currently recruiting a couple more officers.
Yes, we are.
So if anybody has any interest in looking into that, there'll be information available on our website, as well as, of course, all of the different Facebook and social media sites that we manage.
Right.
I know a lot of folks pay attention to our law enforcement police department page, so they'll have every opportunity to tell all their friends about the fact that we're recruiting.
Yes, they will.
We also had a great presentation by Officer Jordan Zebarth regarding our police reserve program.
Yes.
Now, for those of you out there who don't really know what the police reserves are, the reserves are a group of volunteers who work on things like parades and other community-oriented events, in addition to helping our sworn officers and our community service officers with transports and things of that nature. So this presentation is a presentation that we have every year, and really what it's intended to do is inform the council and the community about all of the volunteer hours that the police reserves put in. In 2015, our police reserves volunteered 3,524 hours, which is a 15% increase from a very large number in 2014.
That's a lot of hours.
Yeah, that's a lot of hours, and a large majority of those hours were actually volunteered by Jeff Rosso, Tony Hensler, Dan Reese, and Loudon Rinzel. Loudon, of course, being the son of Captain Greg Rinzel here in the city of Cottage Grove. And some interesting notes about the reserves. In 2015, they had 22 call-outs. Those were either emergency or immediate need call-outs, which is a 10% increase from 2014. And then they also had 58 special details, and that excludes sort of the regular civic events that we have.
Right.
So a 61% increase from 2014, which is, I mean, just amazing. We're not currently recruiting for reserves because we are full, but if anybody wanted more information on the reserve program, they can reach out to our Director of Public Safety, Craig Woolery. I believe all of his information is listed on the page.